there is additional third package that I planned to review in this course in addition to those two above. But I was quite disappointed and will not make the full review, and let me show you why. So if you Google Laravel multi-tenancy package, one of the packages, one of the oldest one, is tenancy.dev. And its homepage looks like this, and if you get started, you have actually a package called tenancy, and you install it. If you go to installation, it's tenancy. But actually what I found out, it's 3 packages in one with quite a messy behavior recently. So if I do compose require tenancy, then I get the error that it doesn't support Laravel 9, which is kind of a red flag. I don't want to recommend a package that is not working with the latest framework version. Then while browsing the docs, I realized there's no one package. There are a few packages. So if we go back, there are actually 2 packages, tenancy and hin. Hin is actually the older name of the same package, or at least the same idea, which was created back in 2015, so it was really popular back in the day. And I realized that this one is supported and actively maintained. So I get to the documentation, version 5.6, I get to the installation, and if we do compose or require, according to the documentation, I paste, and I get the error that this version doesn't support PHP 8. So there's another red flag. And actually what I did find out in the end is the repository for this package is actually tenancy multi-tenant, and you need to install the package without the version. The latest version actually is 5.8, which does support PHP 8. So now if I copy and paste this package, now it installs successfully. So in the end, you can make it work, but even in the README of that package, the link to complete documentation is to the home page, so it's not the same. You would need to go to the documentation, then scroll down to this, then 5.8 version isn't even mentioned here. So you can go further with 5.6 at your own risk and hope that it would work. And in the README there are a few more links. For example, requirements in the documentation are linking even to the older version of 5.4 of the package. So it's quite a mess, and not even that. There are a lot of issues that are not addressed, most of them older, so there's no order, so there are issues from 2021 and 2020, and it doesn't seem like it's being actively maintained. So if we look at the commits, there's just support for Laravel v9, which is just one line of change in the composer, then test support for PHP 8, and it's from spring 2021, so 1 year ago. Not much has been going on. So that's why I decided not to review this package. If you want to use it, do it at your own risk. And documentation is pretty fine. So similarly, you need to create system connection, like main connection and tenant connection. Then let's quickly browse through that actually. So I will not install it, but let's look at it together how it works. So there are configuration options for tenancy and web server. And creating the tenant, it's actually called a website. So same thing, but with a different wording. So website and host. Also it uses repositories. So to create a website, you need the repository class. Then you can manage the connection to create the website. And then there's host name, it's domain. So tenant and domain actually becomes website and host name. So it seems to be doing roughly the same thing as those 2 packages above that we already reviewed, but just with a different syntax, with different class names, and a bit different features like hostname, define hostname, identify hostname, and stuff like that. So again, I will not continue the review here, leave this package for you to analyze if you want to, and if you do, please shoot in the comments below. Maybe you managed to get it work and maybe it's better than it looks on GitHub from my perspective, and then we can discuss, and then maybe I will review it in the future here in this course, updated the video, or on my YouTube channel.